Once upon a time, in a small town of Bay Ridge in the neighborhood of Brooklyn, lived a young boy by the name of James Thomas Fallon. While in high school, Fallon performed in stand-up comedy, and it became his career when he eventually dropped out of high school. Commonly known as Jimmy Fallon, has become famous when he featured on Saturday Night Live and is the current host of The Tonight Show, starring Jimmy Fallon. Besides comedy, he is an actor, a television host, and a producer, writer, and singer. When you come across his name, you might ask yourself, who is Jimmy Fallon? And what about his childhood? And how did he get here to where he is today? And what was his life like before fame? It's time for me to answer all these questions and more, since this is ASMR. Aaron, back at it again with another daily video to help you relax. So lay back and enjoy the ride. I hope this read helps you get you through your day, or even better, I hope this video helps you gently fall asleep. I can't wait to get started. This is the tale of Jimmy Fallon.
Who is Jimmy Fallon? Nothing can spice up your day without having your eyes and ears on Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy Fallon is a comedian as well as a late-night host from America who was born on the outskirts of Brooklyn, New York. He started his early career while in high school when he performed as a stand-up comedian. It made him drop out of college to aspire to his dreams in comedy, and luckily in 1998, his dreams paid off when he started his new job as a cast in Saturday Night Live. He also became the host of The Late Night with Jimmy Fallon in 2009. On February 17, 2014, he made his debut as a new host of Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. What was Jimmy Fallon's early life? Jimmy Fallon is famously known as an American comedian and actor who was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. He was born on September 19, 1974, to Gloria and James W. Fallon, and given the name Jimmy Thomas Fallon Jr. by his parents. He is from German, Irish, and Norwegian ancestry. His father was a street corner singer with doo-wop groups while an adolescent, but later on participated in the Vietnam War. When Jimmy Fallon was born, his father began working for IBM as a machine repairman in Kingston, New York. His parents appeared to be overprotective of their child, and Jimmy and his sister Gloria spent most of their time home riding bicycles. Jimmy also had an appetite for music, and he began playing guitar when he was 13 years old. This motivated him to perform as a comedian and music entertainer in shows and contests. He made a name in his junior high years by his performance and still maintained his manners. How did Jimmy get his education? The early education and life of Jimmy saw him attend the Roman Catholic school St. Mary of the Snow. As an altar boy in his childhood, Jimmy had aspired to become a priest, but that would later on take another twist in his career line. He eventually became a comedian and an actor, as he would most of the time listen to the Dr. Demento show on the radio, which transformed him into who he is now. He also got obsessed with the late-night comedy show Saturday Night Live, which his parents allowed him to watch, but under guidance. Jimmy joined Saugerties High School, and he participated in most of the stage productions. He was a class social director 2 times, and he was the winner in the Young Comedians contest. Jimmy graduated from Saugerties High School in 1992 and went to the College of St. Rose, Albany, New York, as a computer science major. Jimmy eventually switched to communications during his senior years of high school. While in high school, Jimmy performed as a stand-up comedian. He used to play sets in Times Square at Caroline's Comedy Club. Jimmy did not manage to graduate from his college school due to his commitment to comedy and acting, but his performance while in school was average. He, however, managed to go back to college after 14 years, where he got his Bachelor of Arts degree in Communications. What was his career like? Jimmy did not manage to finish his college education as he dropped out to pursue comedy with just one semester remaining in 1995. At the age of just 21 years, he had landed a manager and had received bookings as well. In his early career, he could perform stand-up comedy and earn about $7.50 on every set. He held classes with Groundlings, which was an improv comedy troupe. He had a brief appearance on the Spin City show in 1998 as a photograph seller in the second season of the show. Jimmy had wished to anchor in the Saturday Night Live, and after 2 years with the Groundlings, he got his audition for the program in '97. This, however, did not work out to his expectations, as he did not make it. Later on, he had the second audition when he had turned 23 years old. He was humiliated by many people about his performance in auditions, but on stage, he caught the eyes of Bill Cosby, Chris Rock, Adam Sandler, and Jerry Seinfeld. 3 weeks after his performance in the audition, Jimmy got an invitation to meet Michaels, co-creator and producer of Saturday Night Live, at the Paramount lot, Los Angeles. This was after he thought he did not make it for the selection, but he was informed that he was considered for the position. In the early seasons of Saturday Night Live's show, Jimmy acted as a featured player but performed well in the 4th episode. He became a celebrity and had an immense female fan base. He was the most featured mimic in the program with great impressions of Robert De Niro, Howard Stern, and Jerry Seinfeld. Later on, Jimmy released a book that had email exchanges with Gloria, his sister. The book was titled I Hate This Place, A Pessimist's Guide to Life, from 1999, and made a minor role for the Almost Famous film in 2000. During his life with Saturday Night Live show, Jimmy had envisioned to have only 3 years. He was, however, requested to stay 3 years longer and was given the Weekend Update, which he co-hosted with Tina Fey, a writer. This would later increase his profile, and during his extension, he made a formidable relationship with Michaels. Michaels would then become his favorite consultant in terms of career and when Jimmy was dating. In his late years on Saturday Night Live, Jimmy co-starred in the skit The Barry Gibb Talk Show together with Justin Timberlake, a musician. The two portrayed the Bee Gees, Robin Gibb and Barry. This would come later on a close friendship and collaboration between the two celebrities. He was famously known for breaking character in sketches, a tendency he and his co-producer never liked. The first incident was when he cracked up after Will Ferrell of the infamous More Cowbell sketch wore a very tight shirt. This eventually caused other cast members to make him break intentionally. It was as if he was trying to steal the moment so that he sketched himself. He went on to co-host the 2001 MTV Movie Awards as well as the 2002 MTV Video Music Awards. He also did the recording on The Bathroom Wall 2002, which was his debut comedy album. The Bathroom Wall comedy album would later on be nominated for the Grammy Award as the Best Comedy Album. Jimmy also modeled for Calvin Klein, and he would later on be named amongst the People magazine's 50 Most Beautiful People in 2002. Fallon found this honor to be embarrassing. Fallon became dedicated to a movie career in 2004, but he had co-hosted the MTV Movie Awards in 2001 alongside Kirsten Dunst. He also had hosted the MTV Music Awards the following year. He announced the end of his appearance in the Saturday Night Live show in 2004 and went on to team up with Queen Latifah in a crime comedy, Taxi. The film was regarded as a flop. In 2005, Fallon teamed up with Drew Barrymore in a romantic baseball-themed comedy, Fever Pitch. It also did not fare well, and not better than Taxi. He also featured in the Factory Girl film as promoter Chuck Wine. Due to a series of failures in his movie career, Fallon went back to television from 2009 to 2013. He premiered The Late Night with Jimmy Fallon on NBC in March 2009 with mixed reviews. He had taken over from Conan O'Brien, who hosted The Late Night Talk Show. On his show, he hosted Justin Timberlake and Robert De Niro as his first new guests. The show was poised to falter, but with great determination, Fallon made it more widespread. He made the show different from others as the show engaged much of the music, impersonations, games, and dancing. In 2010, Jimmy was the host of the 62nd Primetime Emmy Awards, and he released a second album on his name, dubbed Blow Your Pants Off, a compilation of musical performances he featured on Late Night Show. The album would later on win a Grammy Award in 2013 for the Best Comedy Album. There were discussions of Jimmy taking over The Tonight Show in 2013, and he eventually took over the reins of the show from Jay Leno on April 3rd that year, a show he hosts to date. This made him become the 6th host of the show permanently, which happened during the 2014 Winter Olympics. He made his debut of The Tonight Show on February 17, 2014, and he had 11.3 million viewers on the NBC network. He hosted Donald Trump on September 15, 2016, at the heat of the U.S. presidential election, which met a lot of criticism on how he engaged Trump. Jimmy Fallon is a Roman Catholic who loves everything about his church. On December 22, 2007, on Necker Island, Fallon married Nancy Juvenin, a Hollywood producer. His wife is a co-owner of Flower Films, a production company. The two started a dating relationship when they met on the set of Fever Pitch in May 2007. He proposed to the wife-to-be in August 2007 with a ring that was designed by Neil Lane. This led to their marriage union 4 months later, and the two have 2 daughters together. They welcomed their first daughter, Winnie Rose, in July 2013, while their second daughter, Frances Cole, was born on December 3, 2014. From a young boy who was born and raised in Bay Ridge, a small town neighboring Brooklyn, New York, to a famous, hilarious comedian we all know, there is nothing that can stop Jimmy Fallon from achieving higher than what he holds currently. He has proved that nothing is impossible, and even education cannot stop you from making what you dream of. His dropping out of college with only a semester before is a clear manifestation that he knew what mattered in his life and that the sky is the limit. Who knows what lies ahead of him, and maybe if given a chance, he can reach greater heights of his career. All that we can do is to wish him to live happily ever after.